EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Richardson going right to the air. And incomplete to open things up. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Richardson to throw off play action. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play. And
they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and hoping for a incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Richardson. Open man is Anderson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all.
That rush coming, and he's taken down. Design corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Richardson out of the shotgun. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing it in. Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Richardson looking to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21.
Texans 7. Tyler Bass sends the kickoff.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing deep.
It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. 68 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Here's Richardson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Darnell Mooney, an 11-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
At their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Clements, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. Stroud sets up the play action. Airing this one out for Evans. And this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stroud now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.